Hi Brian, it's David at Discount Forklift. I am proud to be standing next to your 9,000 pound capacity lithium ion powered forklift. Her name is Mariana. I'll tell you a little secret about her. She's a hard worker anyway, but if you call her by name, she'll work extra hard. I'm excited to show you about the forklift and demo her for you. Before we do that, I want to go through this little goodie bag I'm going to send you here. My little swag bag. In that bag, probably the most important thing is this Discount Forklift Equipment Maintenance Guide. There's lots of good information in there about forklifts in general and forklift maintenance. Fortunately for you, about 95% of that is not going to apply because you were smart enough to buy a lithium-ion powered forklift that eliminates 95% of the maintenance on a forklift. You still have to grease the zerts and stuff on the carriage. You need to do that at least once a month, but that's the major thing that you need to do. In this book here, behind the tab, here are the periodic sign-offs here. They've got all the different sheets for the different time periods there. I always recommend that people leave the original in the book and shoot the photocopies there. That way you always know where there's a good clean original when you need one. Also in this bag, here is the Discount Forklift Troubleshooting Guide. Huge shout out to the guys back here in the shop for putting this together. Right inside the cover here is a sketch of a forklift, naming all the major components and everything. That way if we're ever talking to each other, we can be sure that we're talking the same language, calling it the same thing. The rest of this is all just questions and answers, challenges, solutions, whatnot about forklifts, questions they've been asked and answered over the years. All of them in one nice little forum there for you. Also in this forklift bag, swag bag here, I have a t-shirt for you. Here is the evolution of lifting. There's the front and the back. And just when you're thinking there can't be any more goodies in that bag, oh no, you're wrong. Here is one more goodie for you in there, and that is this really nice hat. This is a Lift Hero hat, our favorite brand of forklift. Put that in there for you. Let's go ahead and talk about the forklift now. As you know, she's 9,000 pound capacity. Her name is Mariana. I want you to check out the tires. Look at the grip on those tires. Same thing with the front ones here. You're not going to mistake those for great grandpa's old forklift and the slicks that he had on there. If you look up here on the mast, you'll see that there's a service sticker. They just finished servicing it. There's one on each side of the mast. That's a good way of keeping track of your service intervals and whatnot. Doesn't really need a lot of service. Grease the zerts, and you can see where they've greased it across here where the forks slide and stuff. Need to do that like once every 30 days or something like that, depending on your use. And you can see there's grease in all the grease zerts there. Let me go ahead and get on her here. Guys, first off, seat belts. Please get in the habit of fastening the seat belt before you do anything else. Get on the forklift, fasten the seat belt. Keep the seat belt fastened the entire time that you're on the forklift. Safety, safety, safety. We want everybody to go home safe and sound at the end of every day. Come back and have another productive day. You notice that we did paint the forks red and yellow for safety reasons. If you're ever in a dark spot of the warehouse or outside at dusk or dawn, running across the dark asphalt, it's really nice to have that and know where the tips of the forks are so everybody can stay safe. Let's run through the controls here real quick. First off, on the left side of the dash here, there is a red button. That's a button you're not going to use daily, weekly, monthly, anything like that. That is the cutoff to the power cutoff to the battery. You don't need to use that on a regular basis, but if you ever come out and the forklift is not starting up like it's supposed to, check that, make sure somebody didn't bump that and push it down. Of course, you got your parking brake. We're all familiar with those. You've got on the left side here your transmission control. That has got 3 positions to it. Up is forward, middle is neutral, down is reverse. And just so you know, there's 4 things that must happen on this forklift before you can start it. You got to have a butt in the seat. You got to have the seat belt on. You got to have the parking brake on, and you got to have it in neutral. Any of those things will keep it from started. So on the right side here, we've got our lights and our blinkers, and then we've got our 4 control valves here. We've got our up, down, we've got our tilt, we've got our side shift, and we've got our fork positioner. I'll demonstrate all those for you here. You got your rear view mirror up here. Get that adjusted to your liking. You'll notice you got good LED work lights on the front. I'll turn those on here in just a minute too and show you. You've got a horn in the middle of the steering wheel here, and also on a grab bar back here. When I'm backing up, I like to be able to grab onto that, and you've got a horn on that as well. Notice too, you've got the red lights here on the side. Those will shine a light. You can adjust that, how far out you want that, but that's your safety zone. There should not be anybody within your safety zone there, but it certainly will help alert them to the fact that there's a forklift moving. Don't be afraid to use your horn, whatever you need to do, just so that you can keep everybody safe. Okay? When you start it up, obviously there's never any engine sound. There's no engine in it, so you just turn it on. It takes just a couple of minutes for it to go through its electronic checks and be ready to go. One last thing about charging, there is a sticker right here on the dash that shows you that it should never get below 30%. When you get close to 30%, please plug it in. Doesn't hurt it to be plugged in. The battery has no memory, so you can plug it in at any time, and just make sure you keep some charge on there, okay? Let's go ahead and lift this up, tilt it back a little bit. I want to do a brake check first off. It's always nice to know we've got good brakes before we do anything else. Good brakes. Okay, let me put her through some paces here. Guys, be aware of these 72-inch forks. You know, she's a little longer in the tail anyway because she is a 9,000-pound capacity. With those 72-inch forks on it, you will definitely take some getting used to, as opposed to the short forks that pretty much everybody is used to. But even with all that, she is pretty agile. Get out of my way, plant. Okay, so let me show you the lights here. We've got good lights, great lights actually. Let's go ahead and take the forks up. Bring them back down. Guys, please be aware of your overhead when you're lifting. Don't be under any lights or sprinkler pipes or anything like that. You want to make sure that you've got room for that mass to go up. There, tip it all the way forward. Bring it all the way back. Back to normal. Here's your side shift. Good side shift action. Here's your fork positioner. Move it all the way in, all the way out, whatever works for you. I know you guys have to hit the pockets of those batteries and such not. So there we go. Guys, she's a good forklift. I think she'll take a load off your backs, do your battery changes with ease, allow you to do your regular freight as well. Just please be careful of the forks. They are longer. They'll run right through a pallet and through a wall or a car or whatever if you're not careful. So just be very cognizant where your tips of your forks are. That's why they're painted yellow. We thank you for doing business with us so we can support businesses like yours. And here is your serial number. Thanks.